Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to Ken in the Kitchen. My name is Ken, and yeah, happy Friday. Welcome, one and all. I hope everyone is doing well. Hope everybody had a good week. For some people, this is a short week because today is Independence Day observed, even though it's actually tomorrow. So, yay for holidays. We all like holidays. Holidays are great. I'm already making a mess, by the way. Sorry about that. Um, so yeah, I really I'm really excited today because this is a very simple recipe and uh, it's going to be different. Let's just say that because it's going to involve mochi. Now, when most people think of mochi, if they think of mochi at all, they imagine something that probably looks a little like this. Let me go over to the prep cam real quick. You're probably thinking of something that looks like that. That is dessert mochi. And you typically see these at sushi bars. And it's basically the mochi part, which is, as you can see, the colorful part. That's the mochi, and then it's usually wrapped around ice cream. So nice, right? Nothing to uh, Nothing to argue about there. It's pretty good. But today I'm going to be using mochi in two different savory applications. And I'm curious. I've never tried this before. Karina's never tried this before. So we found a couple of interesting recipes on justonecookbook.com, I believe it is. And I've linked to the recipe in the description down below. I think it's going to be pretty good. I'm excited. I really am looking forward to how this is going to turn out. I definitely need tea this morning. Because I did not sleep much at all last night. Off and on, anyway. So, again, if you're new here, I do see your comments in my monitor. So, if you're here and you want to say hi, just let me know where you're from in the world because I love to see where people are watching from. That's always very interesting to me that way. So, let's take a look now. Let's go over to the prep camera and I will I'll show you what we're working with here. And it's a really simple recipe, all things considered. So the ingredients that you need obviously are mochi, and all of this stuff we got on Amazon. And you can see they're just bricks. And mochi is kind of gelatinous depending on how you work it. These bricks, though, these are really solid. There's not much flex to it. It's really hard. And then you've got, for one of the recipes, we're going to be using red bean paste. And then for the other recipe, we're just using some roasted seaweed. Again, something you typically find in sushi restaurants. We're just going to wrap that around the mochi. So a couple of different ways to approach this. So you can see here, this is one of those bricks of mochi. And it's reminiscent of a bar of soap as far as the texture, what it actually feels like. And so when you're cutting into this, if it feels a little weird, don't worry too much about that, because it's fine. You don't really need to worry about it. It's just going to feel a little weird when you're cutting into it. So we'll get this packet open. And this kind is kind of scored. along both axes. I don't know, how do you say the plural of axis? Anyway, they're both scored already, and I'm just going to cut it in half. Again, it feels almost like you're cutting through a bar soap. So that's it. That's all we're going to use this time. It's 4 pieces of the mochi. And then for our 2 preparations, we're going to be using sweet and savory. So for the first one, which is Anko mochi, that's the one we're going to wrap around the red bean paste. So there's not really anything we have to do with that yet. For the other one, though, which is isobiyaki mochi, we're going to mix up some soy sauce and sugar, and then we'll wrap that up in the nori, seaweed. So let's go ahead and this is really simple, just going to be mixing a little bit of soy sauce with a little bit of sugar, and that's it. She says on her recipe that some people don't use sugar, but I'm going to use it because it sounds good to me. All right, so we're gonna need 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. This is probably actually overkill for just 4 pieces, but we'll see. And then And then just 1 tablespoon of sugar. So and that's all there is to it. So we've got 1 tablespoon of sugar going in our 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. And let me get out tiny whisk. It's funny, we got a couple of tiny whisks, and if I remember correctly, they came as part of a scone mix that we got a couple of times. So I mean, it's granulated sugar. It's not going to dissolve real well in there, and that's fine. It doesn't really matter. It's not important for that part of things. And then for the other application, as Alton Brown would say, we've got the red bean paste, and the recipe calls for a tablespoon of red bean paste. So let me go ahead and just gonna kind of cut along the corner here so I can squeeze it out. And I think if I had been smarter, I would have gotten out my little measuring plunger. So fortunately, that's not too far away here. So we're looking for 1 tablespoon on your plunger markings there. Just kind of squeeze this into it. Let's see here. And yes, I did wash my hands, so this is all good. So what is bean paste even? I've had bean paste probably, but oh, this is weird. It's sweet. I can see why they use it in desserts. because wow, that is good. So there we go. There's our 1 tablespoon of red bean paste. Okay, so now the part that's going to be the most challenging, probably. I think that's going to be the most challenging is getting the mochi to its final form. So for that, I'm going to the top of my stove gets hot quick. For that, we're going to, in this case, use our broiler. You can use, if you've got a toaster oven, that's what she uses, I think. So, and I've just got the pieces of mochi on a cooling rack on a half sheet pan. And so these are going to go right into the broiler. And I'm going to keep this oven door open while I do this. So there's no exact time. It's going to take as long as it takes for it to, basically you're looking for it to puff up and brown ever so slightly on the top of the mochi. And it looks like it's already starting to brown a little bit. So I'll let this go. And I've got my rack set in the middle of the oven. Yeah. Rather than having it right up against the broiler. And I did this just so that if things started to go a little south and I needed to move it further away from the broiler for some reason, I would be able to do that without too much trouble there. And good morning, Sean. How are you doing today? Hope all is well with you on this happy holiday Friday for a lot of people. Let's go back to the oven cam. This is definitely taking a little longer than I was expecting it to. Because you definitely want it to look puffed up. Starting, I can see where it's starting to get a little softer looking on the top. Not sure about this. Starting to wonder if maybe I should move it closer to the broiler. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, oh wait, no, I can see it's starting to puff up. If you look, I can't zoom in any further. If you look at the one on the right, the two on the right, they're starting to puff, and the ones on the left really haven't started to puff up yet. That's weird. Okay, so our broiler definitely seems to get hotter on one side than the other. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe flip this around. so that the other side has a chance to puff up too. Yeah, it's already started. It's already making a difference. Okay, cool. I'm excited at this. I think this is going to be fun. I think I'm liking this. Okay, so those just have a couple more minutes to go, it looks like. And we'll be ready to pull those out of the oven. Again, this is going to come together very quickly. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody had a good week. Yeah, my week wasn't the best. I found out day before yesterday that my day job that I've been doing is ending at the end of July. So, not even honestly sure how much longer I'm going to be able to do this, which is really disappointing because I love this. As far as hobbies that I've had, this has been amazing. It's been so nice talking with people when when people have been watching live, and we'll just have to see what happens. I mean, I'm still going to cook because learning something keeps my mind from going to the normal dark places it likes to go. But yeah, as far as the live streaming, I don't know. But this will be fun. I think this is going to be a fun recipe. Sean says he's doing well. It's Blizzard Day. Ooh, Blizzard Day. That's right. You told me about that. That's going to be good. Oh, no. So some of them have started to puff and fall over. Which I don't get. Oh my gosh. This is all so weird. See? All right, I'm going to go ahead and pull them out because things are going a little sideways here. Make some room on the top of the stove. And we'll just go ahead and... Yeah, see, there's a couple that are toasty and ready. And a couple that are definitely still need some work. So maybe I'll put those back in by themselves. Sorry, we'll see how we can do this here. Just get out a little paper plate. I'll take the two that are more toasty than the others and kind of see there. It's a little more toasty. And then I'm going to put the other to this one. My God, this one. I don't even know what happened to this. Look at that. Oh, that's too weird. But put them back in for just a little bit longer. And we'll make sure that it's on the left, or I'm sorry, the right side. It's a little hot there again. Right side. So it'll get a little more toasty. But the other one looks pretty good, I would say. Come over here back to the prep camera so we can see the two I do have that turned out okay. I mean, they're definitely noticeably puffier than they started, and they're a little toasty on top, and I think that's what we were looking for. right, these are finally starting to toast on top. I don't know what happened to that one. That is so weird to me. It's all deformed and mutant looking. I think it's going to taste good. I think it's going to really taste good. And I'm not doing well this morning because I almost grabbed the soy sauce and took a swig. Don't know what the heck I was thinking. Because tea and soy sauce look nothing the same. But it's proving to be one of those days. Okay. Oh, wow. Oh, my gosh. Yeah, this is puffy and toasty. All right. Look at that. Oh, my God. They're puffing up like marshmallows, and they're leaning to one side, strangely. I don't know what that's about. Look odd, but possibly tasty. Yeah. We shall see. Okay, I think that's good. Turn off the oven. And we'll see what we can do with what we have. Let those cool for now. And let's do the bean paste first because I think that's going to be the most challenging. Now, her instructions basically say, okay, for the red bean paste one, you're just supposed to pull the mochi apart, kind of pull it like this. You can see how stretchy that is. And then take some of the bean paste and just kind of put it in the center there. And then just kind of fold it around so that you've got a nice wad of bean paste. This is so fun. This is fun. And really, I am so amazed at how sweet this red bean paste is. I'm trying to think of what I can liken it to give you an idea of the flavor of sweet. It's I don't know. I wish I could. God, what does it taste like? I mean, it's very sweet. It's sugary. It doesn't taste like chocolate. Might taste vaguely vanilla-esque. I don't know that that's correct either. Tastes good. I guess maybe if you had like a spongy nougat kind of thing. You know, if you had that spongy nougat kind of thing, that was vaguely vanilla and sweet like confectioner's sugar is sweet. Could be it. Okay, so I'm going to mix the soy and sugar mixture up again real quick. And then you're supposed to nuke this for 20 seconds. I don't know what I was doing there. Look where my hand was. 20 seconds. So let's go ahead and do that. 20 seconds on the clock. Name something that's going to taste unlike anything you've ever had. Mochi. Savory mochi for the win. All right, 3, 2, 1. Oh man, this gets heated up quick. Okay, so we've got our soy and sugar mixture all heated up. Going to open the bag of nori. I'm just gonna cut it across the top here, and then we'll stick this in the zip top bag. How am I saying zip top? Ziploc. I can say brand names. And we'll just remove some nori. And you know, seaweed's not bad. It's just, it's pretty salty, so, you know, keep that in mind. Man, I'm making a mess. Sorry about that. All right. And then she says to take this toasted mochi, smush it down, and then you're going to dip it into that and then put some nori on top of it. So let me kind of take a look here, approximately about the size I'm going to want the nori to be. And that's it's pretty close, I would say, right? So we'll just go ahead and we're going to submerge this. We're just going to dip it in the sauce and then just put the little thing of nori on the top. And then I'll do, this one's going to be weird, right? Because look at that. It got all huge and bubbly. So I'm just going to really smush that down like that. Dip. Remove. Lick my fingers. Oh, that's good. All right, I can see why people don't use sugar. If you're looking for that just savory kind of hit, you lose a little bit of that with the sugar, but okay, so there we go. Let me go ahead and I'm going to whoa, Ken. I'm going to do all the things wrong, is what I'm going to do. Okay. Let me bring these over here up close so you can see. So here's this. Let me, sorry, technical difficulties coming through. Let's do that. There we go. All right, sorry, I had to turn the autofocus back on. So these are the bean paste. And these are the soy sauce and seaweed version. Look at that soy sauce. I went a little bit heavy on the dipping of the soy sauce. I do that when I go have sushi too. So, all right, so let's do this in order of savory to sweet, like we're gonna do, you know, dessert or something after a meal. So here we go. Here it is. Hmm. You will be chewing for a little bit because mochi is really chewy. It's funny, mochi by itself really has no flavor, which is why they wrap it around ice cream, I guess, and serve it at sushi bars. It's tasty. It has the added value of, if you're doing this as a snack, a feeling like you're consuming something substantial, because of the amount of chewing you end up doing. It's not bad. I'm going to have to look up the calorie information because it's all in Japanese. I will find that. I'm wondering how much protein is in mochi. Because if there's a good amount in there, then it could be filling, which would also make it good as a healthy snack. So now, come on. Here is the red bean paste mochi. Okay. Toasting the mochi is definitely paramount. You want to do that so you get that textural difference. It's not just this kind of gooey, stretchy, nougat-like stuff. Again, the red bean paste just tastes like a hint of vanilla. That's really sweet. This is a really good dessert type snack. Okay, the best way to describe the mochi itself, I think, is, do you remember the real soft gums from the 80s, like Bubblicious and Hubba Bubba? That spongy, kind of bouncy consistency. That's what mochi reminds me of, except it's not gum and it does eventually break down and dissolve in your mouth. That really is good. The mochi definitely has a flavor when it's toasted more. And I think that didn't come through as much on the seaweed nori version that I did, because I don't think that one ends up being as toasted maybe as this one. It's good. It's not going to be for everybody, but if you already like sushi, if you like desserts that are bite size, but because of the ingredients make you feel like you're consuming more than you're consuming, I'd say give it a try. Just try it out. This takes no time at all to put together. Again, this is just because I'm doing this for the first time in front of you. I'm trying to explain it that it's taking this long to do. But yeah, do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. I think I'm going to further experiment with what you can do with mochi. This is a really eye-opening use for mochi that goes way beyond just being wrapped around ice cream as a dessert in a sushi bar. I think this is fun. I think this is going to open up a lot of possibilities going forward for me in the future with cooking different types of dishes. I'm really excited to see what else I can maybe incorporate mochi into. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I hope everybody has a great long weekend. If you have a long weekend, if you've got the 3 days off, then congratulations. That's fantastic. Enjoy it. Relax. Just chill and take all the time you need for your brain health. And I will see everybody back here on Monday at 9:30 for another episode of Ken in the Kitchen. And yeah, thanks for being here. Take care, and I will see everybody then. Of course, do the whole like and subscribe thing and all that good stuff too. All right. Take care, everybody. I will see you all later.